Jambo Africa, mimi ni King. Nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutanzama King Said So. Ladies and gentlemen, my fighters, my beautiful fighters, my African people, everyone that wants to follow, African unity, allow me to please revisit this situation of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I'm not okay with this situation because it's not sitting me well. I thought about it and I said how I wish Dr. Mbuyiseni can say something, but I kind of understand why timing is very important for him to finally reply. So for me, how the situation started with Floyd Shivambu leaving, eventually getting into a fight in Twitter. You guys remember Mr. Mphahlele of the student command there in Limpopo, how he was expelled from the party because of this fight of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, Godrich Gadi, and eventually Julius Malema said, "Try me, boys." You guys remember that. But it rolled over where media was trying to find out actually what is the problem with Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And the answers that we got from the CIC when they were marching for the Pala issue, you guys remember that. The CIC said Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is a member of the Economic Freedom Fighters. He has renewed his membership and no other political party can claim him. You guys remember that. Not only that, the Secretary General of the party, Marshall Dlamini, also said when he was answering Mutidi from Eyewitness News, said, listen, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is a member of the EFF. He's a leader in the EFF. He's a member of parliament and everything. Everything is chanana. But it was not the case because we all knew what was happening. Some of us even got information from the side as to what was happening, the expulsion that was done secretly and all of those things. But none of those things can be said publicly up until the EFF brings us to confidence or Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi says something. So I want to address it. And in addressing it, I want to speak about something that is called betrayal. This word betrayal is very big for Julius Malema. This word betrayal is very big for the CIC Julius Malema. Why am I saying that? It's because of his father. It's because of his father. There's some traumas that were not dealt with here. And not only that, his mother and his grandmother betrayed him. I think that's a conversation, uncomfortable conversation that we must have today. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinchiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we are still revisiting this issue of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. First of all, let me just thank Bloemfontein, the people of the City of Roses, for welcoming us in Bloemfontein. We had a boxing fight. That's why I was so quiet these past 2 days and reporting on this very late. But we had a fight there. My boxer won there with first round knockout. Very terrible, violent stuff there. The promise of a classical, jam-packed boxing match, we delivered it in Bloemfontein. So I'm so happy we came back safe. Luckily, nobody got seriously hurt in the tournament, so everyone went back home to their family safe, which is what is important. But today, I want to speak about Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi and the EFF. There's something I don't understand there, and I want us to discuss it properly and to be honest with it. And if you are a fighter, please give me an ear for about 15 minutes so that you can hear me out here. Why is it that the EFF does not put people that they want to kick out of the party through the disciplinary hearing committees? Or let me rather say the disciplinary hearing processes. Just like Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma clearly defined himself outside of the ANC, which is a violation that is equalized with expulsion. But the ANC did not just expel him. They put him through the process so that nothing can come back to them to say they acted emotional or acted irrational or whatever. I was actually very impressed with the ANC when they did it. They organized the hearing, they wrote the letters, they brought the public into confidence that they are dealing with the Jacob Zuma situation as best as they can. At times, we were very impatient with them, saying, but this guy is already, you just expel this man already. But the ANC kept to their guns, kept to their processes, and expelled that man with all processes made, all appeals made, everything. Why is it that the EFF cannot do that? My fighters, please talk to me. The reason I'm asking that is because I want, when fighters see this situation again in the future, they must understand how the processes unfolds. You understand? Because there's going to be more members that are going to be expelled from the EFF. So the question is that, is expulsion going to come as a violent gun, or as slow as a beautiful process that gives everybody clarity and confidence in the processes of the political party? That is another question. Put Dr. Mbuyiseni and Ndlozi through that process. Expose the weaknesses that he have. Expose the material, the information, the intelligent information that you have gathered. Expose him in front of the fighters and make an example out of him and say, fighters, we don't want something like this from you. You know, I think that will make a lot of EFF fighters happy, because right now EFF fighters, they are in June, July. Most of them will say, we love Ndlozi, but because of I almost want to say the fear of challenging the CIC, they are now turning around. Hi, man, Ndlozi can go if he wants to. He's a trader. He's working with Sunday Times, Sunday World, blah, blah, blah. But there was no process to prove all of this or to expose it properly to the public, or not the public, to the fighters. You know, I remember very well when Julius Malema was not even asked about the question of Dr. Ndlozi, but because of the pressure from us, you know, new stream media and old stream media, mainstream media, he felt propelled to bring the fighters to confidence, to say, guys, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is still a member of the EFF. You guys remember when he said that, right?
I hear people are talking about Dr. Ndlozi. Dr. Ndlozi is a member of the EFF. He's a leader of the EFF. And there is no any organization that can claim him except the EFF. So you must not listen to Minyenyetsi. Yabathu bawula kibyala babulela byale badibetsa EFF botsa rena diditara tsa EFF re tla botsa gore Ndlozi ke member ya EFF o renewile membership wa hae. Is in the membership system of the EFF. They think they can divide this organization. They will never divide this organization. We are one thing, marching into the NPA as a collective of leadership that is united more than ever before to defend our own movement.
So I remember when I was hearing the CIC say this, I was happy that, okay, if the CIC is saying this, it means that in the background, somewhere, somehow, these guys are trying to salvage the situation, solve the problem, punish Mbuyiseni silently behind closed doors, but in the public come out to say, listen, everything is fine. We are fixing this stuff. This guy is still our member. He has renewed his membership. I was so happy, especially when he mentioned the renewal of the membership. I was like, yeah, man, this is what I want. Because I don't want Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to leave the EFF. I mean, it's through the EFF that we know the guy. But it does not mean he was not Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. If you follow the guy's career from primary school to high school, he is destined to be a star. No amount of darkness will stop him from shining through the darkness. He's that type of a person. I also don't like it when we claim that organizations have made people. These people they've been. If you understand what I'm saying. The only people that have made these people is their parents. I promise you. Don't meet me. Give me a platform for me to shine my talent and then claim that you have made me. Don't do that. Nobody made Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Nobody made Julius Malema. Nobody made anyone. The life experiences that they had has molded them to the person that they are today. And let's stop claiming people's hard work as if we gave it to them. You gave him a platform, he shined. You gave him a political party, his leadership and his likability, his aura as a human being outshined most of the people. And people connected with him on a personal level because of who Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi was even before the EFF. You guys understand what I'm saying? So nobody made anyone. Let's get that one clear and out of the way. It's very important for me to say that, because I've heard people say, "Hey, Mona King, we made you." Hey, we made who? My mother and father made me. Don't take chances. Don't take chances. Don't get things confused. Hey, you found me like this. The stage, yes, you provided it, but you found me like this. So I'm defending Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi on that regard. And also, I want to make it clear, because people say, King, you love Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi too much. In Mina Vele, I love the guy. I connect with the guy's teaching. I connect with the guy on a spiritual level. For me, I'm not talking for other people. I like the guy, and I don't cancel or write off people because they have made mistakes in life, because I know I will make mistakes in life, and I've made many mistakes in life. People deserve many chances. You understand? Even Cyril Ramaphosa, if he comes back and make right with our country, he deserves to be forgiven. That's all I'm going to say on that regard. So I love Julius Malema. I love Jacob Zuma. I love Panyaza Lisufi. I love Vuyo Zungula. I love Andile Ngcitama. I love, and look at how many mistakes Ngcitama has made. I still love that guy. I still love Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi so much. So, and for me, once I connect with a person on that level spiritually, it's not easy for me to just scatter them out. But let me go also to the Secretary General of the EFF, what he said when he was speaking to Tidi about Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And Tidi was asking, what is so difficult answering the questions about Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi?
Of the EFF, was it so difficult to answer questions around Mbuyiseni Ndlozi? Alpha Ramushwana, my beloved Alpha Ramushwana from my team, asked a question at a media briefing and was told about beans and Kitcheners. Was it so hard for the EFF to respond to questions, and very obvious questions, around a person that people are vested in, a person who you told to us? EFF presented Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to the world and said, here's our member. He's received, he's understood as a politician. And then when questions are asked, when he's absent, in essence, there are no solid answers. I mean, I was at the Gauteng NPA, we heard that no, he's deployed to KZN. KZN people got a different story. Was it so difficult to go, look, this person is in or out, this person is on suspension, this person is at home? Why is it so difficult to have a sentence to explain the question of Mbuyiseni's absence?
Let me respond directly. Mbuyiseni is the leader of the EFF. Is a CCT member of parliament. He's not suspended. He's not banned anyway.
Why was that so hard to communicate all along?
It has never been hard. That's why it's just that you guys, when we come on serious issues, you want to try and divert us and make it as if there must be a discussion about one name. We've got 66 CCT members, and those members...
Yeah, so I could have, went way back with this evidence and these receipts that I'm bringing to you guys. But I just decided to bring these two clips to light so that you guys can get an idea of why the confusion. So The Secretary General also, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, is a member, is a leader. Everything is okay, sharp. We don't want to focus on him. We are busy focusing on the NPA, everything. And that was, of course, right. But the issue was we hear things on the side. Now we're trying to get clarity. The spokesperson never gave any clarity. The national chairperson never gave any clarity. The Secretary General and the CIC told us that everything is okay. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has renewed his membership. He's fine. Because when these questions were asked, the rumors were already going out on the side that he's banned from attending the conference because his presence there, many people believe, was going to intimidate a lot of people. And him being there physically, there was going to be one fighter who's not going to match the line because we have to talk about, I'll make a separate video actually about the top 6 where they elected or selected. But that one we'll have to talk about it on the side, because for me, democracy means choosing from at least 2 options. You guys understand what I'm saying? I understand that these people were selected for the better life of the EFF, but as long as there were not 2 people contesting at least one position, like people emerges uncontested, for me there's no democracy there. Not full democracy. You can make it look as if there's democracy and everything, but I'll address that a little bit later on another video. So when the Secretary General and the CIC gave us this information and all the information we're getting on the sides, I get a lot of information confidentially. People just slide into the DM, people just slide into the WhatsApp. They send you this, like, King, look at this. Did you see that? This is what they said. Don't say you got it from me. And once you say that, I don't play around with information like that. Once everything is confidential, everything is confidential. I don't expose it. I have not said everything. I've kept quiet. In fact, I've kept quiet and did not expose some of the information, letters, voice notes, and everything that I had, because if we were cloud chasing, we would have played those things here. But out of respect of the party, because another thing I must always be careful of when criticizing a black party is that we are criticizing not to kill. We must not, if I get information about AfriForum and the DA, voice note or whatever, best believe I'm going to play it here. But when it comes to the MK, the EFF, even the ANC, the ATM, all these black parties, I'm always mindful of what will a Pan-Africanist do. Any action that I take, will I look back 5 years from now and say, wow, I played that voice note that trended? When people send you the stuff with confidentiality. So I'm always thinking of that. I'm not going to be the guy that is going to break the news. If someone breaks it, it's fine. Then we can all follow and speak about it. But I'm not going to be the guy that breaks the bad news about a black political party. I refuse. So, no, guys, anyway, let me not say more. I've already said enough. My issue then was when I was watching what the CIC was saying when he was speaking to the press, now accusing Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi to having linking information or having connections with the owners of Sunday World and everything. I was like, oh my God, where does this come from now? Where does this come from?
We're not going to answer the question about Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. You've got his number, and some of you talk to him, call him. I'm not responsible for Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. 90% of the people who were here, who expected to be here, are here. That's what matters. Whoever is not here was not supposed to be here from the beginning. So you are not going to reduce this organization to some individual. We're going to refuse that. We're going to refuse that. We gave a very long political report yesterday, like 80 pages. It didn't have such names. You are intellectually so inferior that you can't even engage with that document, and then you bring gossip. We must be monitoring movements of individuals. Why concern about one person over so many people who are here? As if he is the conference. As if he's not here, conference will not happen. It's going to happen, it's happening without him. He's not here. I heard people say he's here, he's doing this. He's not here. He's not here. And it's not our interest to entertain such nonsense. It's not our interest. We're dealing with political issues here, not egoism, not people who think they are bigger than this organization. It will show them once again that it's bigger than all of them. So we as a matter of principle, SG and policy position, we're no longer going to answer any nonsense about Mbuyiseni and Ndlozi. Never. When a journalist asks you that question, you must say, ask another question. You can be smarter than that. Ask something else. This matter is closed. You can talk about it amongst yourselves, but don't bring it to us. We are refusing that. Don't do that. Don't reduce the whole ideological political report to Sunday world gossip, because that's what they thrive on. And we know what is the relationship of Sunday world, its owners and Mbuyiseni and Ndlozi. We don't want to talk about it. Don't push us. Don't push us. We know Mbuyiseni and Ndlozi's friendship with the owner of Sunday World. And by that extension, we know his relationship with Sunday World, which we can easily describe without any fear. No one can do anything about it. No one.
So when I heard the CIC say these words, I was disappointed. I was like, you know, and I know of EFF fighters, I know many that agree with me. They won't say it. They can't say it. Let me say they can't say it. Because they genuinely fear the men. They genuinely, they can't differ from the men. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm different. Mina, hey, that's why when people say, you are a fighter, or you are an MK, hey, what, I'm like, hey, but fighter, I know, I'm not in this politics thing. I'm sorry. I tell people that we were approached during elections. I'm just not interested at this current moment. Maybe they did not make a beautiful offer on the table, especially the MK guys. But I was approached by small people, like I continually tell you guys. I was not approached by big guns. Maybe if we were approached by the big guns, maybe we'll be wearing the green t-shirt or maybe the red t-shirt. Who knows? But I'm just saying, I will always have a problem of not speaking my mind when I see things are wrong. I don't want to go down as in history as a person that was a coward. That one I can't. My father never gave birth to a coward. Never. They raised a man here. I'm telling you. I will forever make my family proud, Mina. And one of those things my father has taught me is speak your mind, whether right or wrong, but don't let people guess what you are thinking or assume that you are thinking something that you are not thinking. Just tell them what you think. Understand? And I believe this time around, I'm probably more than 50% right to say fighters are afraid to say, but CIC whining why don't you guys bring us to confident about this thing? Ninga keep ilapo in the top leadership. Just tell us all to say, listen, Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because of he's not loyal to the CIC, he's not loyal to the MK, the EFF. He is leaking information out of the EFF. He is not attending this and this. He is suspended, and he's loyal to Floyd Shivambo. We're not trusting him anymore. Everything because of these reasons, we are putting him in the disciplinary hearing process, and then final judgment will be made for him to be expelled, suspended, or be kept in the EFF. And every fighter will be happy if that happens. Every fighter will be happy. I can't imagine you not being happy with what I just said. You can hate me all you want, but what I just said is the right thing to do. And then when you go to the public, the media will never question anymore, because they will say, listen, just like Jacob Zuma, they will say, no, but there was a process here. Jacob Zuma went through the process, the disciplinary committee. This is their ruling. This is how they found out. This is how they closed that case. Jacob Zuma appealed, and after appealing, challenged the expulsion. And after that, they refused to hear him out, and eventually he was finally expelled from the ANC. I mean, everybody will be happy if the EFF does that. To show for the future, like I said, it's going to happen again and again and again. You're not going to be in a political party that does not have disagreement, sellouts, and everything like that. So for me, I was disappointed for a person to say, we are no longer answering Dr. Ndlozi's questions. You've got his numbers, call him. No, man. Just yesterday you were saying, just two weeks ago you were saying he's a member, no other person, no other political party can claim him. Today we must call him. You know, for me, fighters, if you guys believe that that is right, serious, because you are painting the CIC as a fully fleshed dictator, and I don't think he is fully fleshed. I think he consults most of his decisions, but I think when it comes to betrayal, and that's something that I wanted to jump in with, the CIC takes, I must be careful, man, how I'm going to say this so that I don't step on toes, because it's a very sensitive topic, this thing of betrayal to the CIC. I'm very careful of what I want to say. Oh, God help me. The CIC's mother and grandmother did him wrong by not telling him who his father is. He will never recover from that trauma unless if his father is still alive and approaches him. And I don't think he will believe him, and maybe they will need to do a DNA test or whatever. But I think those two women did a big injustice to Julius Malema. You know, for him to carry his grandmother's surname, it damaged the man. And I think he will always, like when you hurt him, understand? When he feels like you are betraying him, you are opening the old wound of him not knowing who his father is. That might be a reason why he cannot submit himself under Jacob Zuma again. Because Jacob Zuma, when the CIC loved him and was fighting for him, Jacob Zuma expelled him from the ANC. It's serious, Lentole. I want to go in deeper, but I feel like I'm going to be insensitive I think I'm going to jump the line of being respectful and, measure into dangerous territories. Because, like I said, as a Pan-Africanist, I want to be mindful as to what I say and what type of damage it will have. So I want to end there, because this has been said by him and by many other people also. But I'm saying those two women did a big injustice to him for not telling him who is. So he takes it very personal when you try to hurt him. I'm sure he's like that with his family. I'm sure he's like that with his friends. He is surely like that with the EFF. Do not betray that man. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's that personal. It's that personal. Let me stop there. Out of respect, because Mina, you can say whatever you want. Mina, I'm Tando CIC. It's from my grandmother's Kasi Koseshihu. Actually, maybe 2 streets away from where my grandmother stays is where Julius Malema is from. So, you know, I love the man. I want to see him do great, and I'll always support his Pan-Africanist ideology and Marxism and everything. I love how he thinks as a person, but I think there's things that he must deal with as a person is very important. It's very important. So I want to remind you guys about the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture, and you know, send a request as we are going to the Christmas week in Asigdala, that you please make a donation to Baseta, and make sure that you send it to the right business account. It's a Capitec business account. Make sure that you type the branch code properly and send us a donation. That donation of yours, we are trying to build a Black independent agricultural school for the future generation, because we believe if indeed we are going to move in the direction of saying we want our land back, we must equip our children with the skill to work the land, because that skill is slowly fading out of the Black community. All we know is to run to the supermarket when we want oranges, when we want cabbages, when we want potatoes. We don't know how to work the ground. So it's very, very important in the Pan-African School to teach history, to teach science, to teach economics, to teach technology, and to teach agriculture. It's very fundamentally important to us there. And we are saying that because we are saying we see that politics is being controlled by forces that are not even in the political environment. So we as the community must do something for our coming generation, so that in 2029, if EFF does not win, if the MK does not win, if the ANC is even weaker, that we can have something to point that in the past 5 years, in the past 2 years, in the past whatever years, how long it's going to take us to build Baseta, we have done so much, you know, and our children can run in a shelter that we have built for them. So it's very important for me to continuously remind you to please, every time when you hear us speak about Baseta, be mindful that it's nothing political affiliated or anything like that. It's about what me and you have done for the coming generation. If you don't want to do anything, that's fine. You watching this video, actually you are already contributing to that. But if you are one person that is burning about the concerns of the coming generation, I think Baseta is one of those platforms that you guys can do. Don't forget to follow us on www.baseta.co.za to check our website. You can even open a chat account there where you can be chatting and posting your things like on Facebook and everything there. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Tell me what you think about this breakdown of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I think the next time I will address Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi if he speaks. I saw that he did tweet some congratulations or whatever to the current leadership. I don't want to address that. I want to see a video of him speaking, and I will address that. But as for Dr. Ndlozi and the EFF, that relationship is over. He's no longer a member of the EFF, according to the intel that I got. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Leave your thoughts on the comment section. Please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that your boy can be you can be notified every time your boy uploads some new content. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.